What is up, guys? It is Ross, and welcome back to another Mario Kart Wii Limitless developer showcase, developer commentary, and vehicle showcase. In this installment, we will be going over the Offroader. The Offroader is quite a funny vehicle. It's actually, unlike the base game, it's actually defined by its ability to drive off-road, and I'm addressing the camera so much that I actually killed myself. That's not very good. The Offroader is defined by its off-road. It's quite a defensive tank in Mario Kart Wii Limitless. Because as you just saw there when I respawned, this thing has really good acceleration. So it can tank a lot of hits. And let's see if I can... oh, never mind. I was going to see if I could showcase another one of Offroader's advantages there. Offroader is very heavy. It is the heaviest vehicle in the game, excluding the weight vehicles, Piranha Perler and Wario Bike. So it can throw down. It can throw down and it can resist bumps, and when combined with its sheer advantage in acceleration, that makes it so the Offroader, it can take a lot of beatings, both from opponents and from items. What you also might notice about the Offroader's drifts are it drifts really wide, and it charges mini turbos very fast. It has both the quick charge quirk, where it gets access to its mini turbos quicker, just like Cheap Charger, and it has a wide drift angle so that it drifts sideways. Oh, there's the star I dropped from the last lap. Actually, have I gone over a vehicle with a wide drift angle yet? I don't think I have. Well, basically, Limitless has a lot of drift angle changes for karts and outside drift bikes. Obviously that affects the angle at which you drift. Some vehicles have like narrower drift arcs, other vehicles have wider drift arcs. Offroader is one of those latter vehicles that has a really wide drift arc, so you can tell that I'm just drifting extremely wide, and it's pretty funny. It might take a bit of getting used to, but Offroader's drift stat is mediocre enough that I think, for Offroader specifically, it should come pretty naturally, despite Offroader's drift wideness nominally being rather noticeable at a cursory glance. Speaking of weaknesses, Offroader does have those. Its drift, as I mentioned, is mediocre. It gets quick access to its mini turbo boosts, but the boosts themselves are rather underwhelming. I think a super mini turbo lasts less than 1.5 seconds, which is a bit miserable for a kart, and the Offroader's base speed is pretty lackluster as well. It's slower than even the standard karts, and they're like sort of slow vehicles in and of themselves. So yeah, Offroader will not be doing much at the front of the pack, but in the middle of the pack, it will have a lot of utility in tanking blows. That being said, one thing that you do have to keep in mind about the Offroader in the middle of a pack is the fact that it's such a huge target. That means that even though you can recover from a lot of hits, you'll be taking a lot of hits as well. Like, this thing gets sniped, this thing gets like hit from the side so many times due to a combination of its massive frame and its lumbering drift stat and wide drift angle. Like, it's kind of insane the amount of like bullying this thing has to endure. Like, it's kind of comical, honestly. So even though this thing can recover from hits really well and it can take bumps, you kind of need that because you'll be taking a lot of those hits. Let's see if I can put Offroader's off-roading utility to use here. Yeah, look at that. This thing just cleaves through off-road. It has the highest medium off-road value in the game, which means that on regular terrain, it'll be going like really, really fast relative to its base speed. I think technically the Magic Cruiser can go faster, but it's really carried by wheelies in that front. Like, if you're drifting through off-road, nothing really catches Offroader. The only two that can are Super Blooper and Tiny Titan, but they're like pseudo turbo vehicles, so like they're carried themselves by a long mini turbo, whereas Offroader can just kind of beat them in a raw foot race, if that makes sense. Oh, shock dodge, let's go. Dude, CPUs love dodging me in canon. That's not the first time that's happened in these videos, and I don't think it'll be the last either, somehow. Oh my god, I'm alive, I'm alive. I don't know how I survived that, to be honest. I should have been dead, bro. I will concede that Volcanic Skyway is not exactly my strongest track. I say that, and I almost nailed the Cartman jump strap on accident. I was just born for accidental success, I suppose. Offroader having such a good off-road stat means that you can do this as well. Secret finish line strap, baby. N64 Wario Stadium, a track that I believe has yet to be picked in this season of competitive play. Which is pretty funny, because I actually quite like this track. This was actually in the version 1 patch of Limitless, and it got removed because the version of the track that we used had like a glitch where you could clip through the wall and skip like the final turn. And like most people agreed that it deserved to go, but also people missed it because it was a fun track to drive. It was one of those situations where nobody wanted it to go, but it was for the best, if that makes sense. There have been quite a few tracks like that in Limitless, I think. This is also one of those tracks where Offroader's mini turbo weakness is downplayed by just how quickly it can get them. And obviously you have a lot of corner cutting opportunities as well, like that turn there, for example. That's particularly goofy and egregious. Oh, that's a classic. The Offroader is quite a funny vehicle in Mario Kart Wii Limitless because it has a lot of unique, like, specialisms. Like, the combination of acceleration and weight is pretty funny. And specializing in off-road is also... like, you can do some silly shenanigans with that. And also the wide drift angle, and also quick charge. This thing has a lot of goofy sort of stuff going for it. Historically, it hasn't been too popular in competitive play, but it has been well liked in casual audiences. And recently, people have sort of realized the defensive merits that Offroader has, and it's been seeing a lot of use across all echelons of play as of late, which you'll love to see. We love to see newfound appreciation for underappreciated and silly vehicles in this mod. And there we go, nice, another first place with the Offroader. Perfect 60 GP. I'm curious to see what vehicle this streak ends with, to be honest. So yeah, that about does it for the Offroader development commentary in Mario Kart Wii Limitless. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to check out the next parts when they come out, and the previous parts if you haven't already done so. And until then, this is Ross, signing out. Goodbye.